Welcome back to Cash and Calling. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another weekly budgeting video. So this week we're budgeting for March paycheck number 2, and we're budgeting for both me and my husband's income. So I am a weekly paid employee. My husband gets paid semi-monthly, so twice a month, but this week we both got paid, so I'm excited to budget both of our checks. And y'all, this channel is all about budgeting, making generational wealth. So we definitely want to pass something on to our children. I feel like when we were growing up, we weren't necessarily taught a whole lot about financial literacy. We've just been kind of winging this thing, y'all. And by the grace of God, we're making great progress. We're definitely not where we want to be or need to be, but we're making very good progress. So I'm thankful for that. But we definitely want to pass something on to our children, and I feel like cash budgeting has really helped our process, and just budgeting in general has helped our process so much, y'all. We've been able to pay off debts, we've been able to save, and I am so thankful for that. I'm thankful for this community as well, because y'all will ride for sure, and I'm so thankful for that, y'all. I'm gonna introduce myself real quick. My name is Brittany. I am 38 years old. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of 4. We have 2 boys and 2 girls. I currently work full-time as a nurse practitioner, and I picked up a second job last year to help us out with our financial goals. My husband did get laid off in the middle of last year. He was laid off for about 3 months, y'all. So we were definitely in the trenches, but we made it out. So if you're going through that right now, I will say it will get better. So just stay encouraged. We're going to go ahead and get into some numbers, y'all. I'm excited about this week and what we can do with our budgets. I also had a little bit of internal conflict with the budget this week because of the braces and paying down the braces and all of that, but we'll talk all about that. And what I'm referring to is my son's braces. He does have braces, and we are trying to get those paid off. So we're going to talk all about that, y'all. If you enjoy this type of content, I pray that you will consider subscribing, and y'all, please go and like the video. It would help it out tremendously. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna clip my microphone. All right, y'all, so let's go. All right, so you should see my March paycheck number 2 budget on the screen, so you can kind of follow along with what I'm talking about. So let's first discuss our income. I will say this week was a great week. I got called in for work. So as a nurse practitioner or as a provider, because some nurse practitioners, some providers do not take call, but at my job we do take call, and I got called in, so I worked like a 8-hour shift. So because normally during the week we would work like 10 hours, so I worked an 8-hour shift, and my check was a little bit more this week, but let's talk about it. So our W-2 income, so this is me and my husband combined for the week, was $2,960. Our dependent care FSA reimbursed us $147. That helps to offset our girls' preschool cost. And the total for our income this week was $3,107. So that's a good amount, and I'm very thankful. So tithes this week, we're paying $459 for our tithes. We do tithe off of our gross income. And bills this week, so let's go to bills. They're not extremely heavy at all. I feel like we have got our expenses in general in a good place, because I remember, y'all, when every week we were paying something heavy and it just felt like a struggle. I feel like what has really helped is getting that car insurance on a 6-month premium, getting that phone bill on a 12-month premium, and getting all of those those little subscriptions. I feel like the subscriptions, especially when you're talking about Apple and things like that, y'all, that stuff can add up, and it can add up fast. So I feel like reducing that. So I did eliminate a lot of that stuff, y'all, because why am I paying $2.99, $1.99, all this crazy stuff that I really don't know what I'm using it for? But I feel like I eliminated a lot of stuff, and the stuff that I wasn't able to eliminate, like Apple Music, like our security system and Amazon, things like that, we got on an annual plan. So that has helped tremendously. It's just as far as our weekly budgets and what we actually see coming out on a weekly basis. So I'm thankful for that. I will say, if you're on a fence about doing that, I think you should do it, especially if you've created a sinking fund, you saved up for it. I think it would be beneficial because it has truly helped us to plan better. I will say that. So the girls' tuition is $313. That is going to a high yield savings account for us to pay at the end of the month. So we have 2 baby girls. They're 2 and 3 years old. The total is $1,252. So we'll pay that at the end of the month. IRS is getting $50. That's our Mississippi state taxes. Y'all, we will file taxes at some point in the month of March. We have not done that yet, but we will be doing that pretty soon. So I'll definitely keep y'all updated on what that is looking like. I am still trying to get a plan for future taxes because I really want to take advantage of having my money right now instead of waiting to the end of the year, filing our taxes and getting this large tax refund. So I'm still trying to play with the numbers, still trying to figure that out. What I don't want to end up happening is us owing taxes. That is a no-go. I just don't want to fool with it. I don't want to deal with that part of it, but I do want to take advantage of having more money up front. So like I said, I'm still trying to figure it out. Student loan is getting $15 this week. We are on an income-based repayment plan with those student loans. Our haircut, or my husband's haircut, so he's getting his haircut this week, it's going to be $30. The utility bill, I don't know if y'all remember, but last month our utility bill was $13. So what ended up happening was our buffer ate all of that bill up. So we essentially owe $0 because the buffer that was in our utility account took care of the bill. So this week I'm gonna go ahead and put $150 on the utility bill, but I really want to build that buffer back up, and I don't know what the utility bill is right now. So I'm gonna put $150 on that utility bill, but I'm gonna plan to put more before the end of the month. So before the end of the month, I want to put an additional $100 on that utility bill to try to build it back up some. Nails, I got my nails done, and that was $50. So I included that in bills only because it's something that's gonna come every month. So that's just how I like to do it. Yara hair. So Yara is our 3-year-old. I ended up taking her to the salon to get her hair done. So the plan was to just get a trim and a wash. That is it. But y'all, the weather has been insane. It was raining so hard. It was very dreary. So I ended up asking the stylist, could she go ahead and style her? And she ended up styling her. Praise God. I'm thankful because she was in a time crunch. So I truly appreciate her taking her time to style her. So the goal is for me to do the girls' hair as much as possible. I don't want to get in the habit of taking them to the salon. I want to at least learn their hair and do their hair at home, not only to save money, but just to make sure their hair is getting proper hair care and know what is going in their hair. I was thinking about creating a sinking fund for their hair, but I'm like, are we really going to use it? Are we not going to use it? I don't know. So I'm still undecided about that, y'all. I feel like I have already got too many sinking funds as it is, and there has to be a balance. I have consolidated sinking funds before, so I have gotten rid of some and just merged them together and all of that. And what I found was when I did that, categories were getting missed. Like I wasn't saving for certain things that I needed to, so things were falling between the cracks. So right now I have a lot of sinking funds, and I feel like I'm getting in a place where I need to bring it down again. And if you've watched my cash stuffing videos, you know exactly what I mean. I have a lot of categories. And y'all, I don't know. Let me know how y'all handle that. If you do have sinking funds, do you have a little? Do you have a lot? What's your process for deciding exactly what you're going to make a sinking fund? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting in that place where I definitely need to consider rearranging and consolidating some things again. That is it for our bills. Our bills total $708 this week, which was not bad because some of this did include hair. So, all right, let's go to sinking funds. Groceries is getting $150. Our spending money is going to be $130. That's 50 to me, 50 to my husband, and the rest is split between our kids. And gas is getting $100 this week. Our house is getting $350. What that is a account we have specifically to save for our mortgage every month. And then at the end of the month, we'll pay our total mortgage. Our total mortgage is $1,400. So this week we're saving $350. We just, every week we take small amounts and try to help to not make that payment at the end of the month so big. So that's what we're doing. And our savings is getting $285 this week. This is going towards a challenge that I'm doing. It's a 15K savings challenge, and we are on our way to save 15K in 2026 by the grace of God. Our cash envelopes is getting $350 this week. And our month ahead, so we are trying to get a month ahead on our mortgage. So far, after we put the $400 in there, it'll have a total of $600 in our month ahead. The goal is $1,400, and we'll see. I think we will get there. I'm pretty sure we will get there. And I'm going to see how big of a difference it will make in our actual budget. We'll see. So the sinking funds this week is getting a total of $1,765. Okay, y'all, let's go to our virtual envelopes. So vacation this week is getting $100, and the balance in our vacation account is $3,691. And we will be pulling money out of there soon, but not yet. Taxes is getting $50. Our tax account now has a balance of $2,678. Our medical account, which is really our health savings account, y'all, is getting $100, and the balance will be $600. So that's a total of $250 for our virtual accounts this week. And let's go to our debt, the last section, but so important to get us where we need to be. So our house note is not getting anything. It's not due, and we're not paying extra or anything. The balance on our mortgage is $128,514.79. So braces, let's talk about the braces, because this is what we are trying to pay off. So nothing is due this week, y'all. We're going to put $400 on braces this week. That is going to come from our health savings account. So once we put that $400 on there, it's going to leave a balance of $600 for Micah's braces. So I was very conflicted this week about putting money from the HSA versus putting it on our checking accounts and going ahead and knocking down some of these amounts. I think for now, I'm going to stick to my original plan. Although, y'all, I just want to do it. I want to do it so bad and just pay it off from our checking accounts. But I'm going to stick to our plan because I do really want to go ahead and get a month ahead on our mortgage. So yeah, for now, I'm stick to the plan. But y'all, it was an internal struggle for real. I'm not even kidding. I'm like, should I, should not, should I, should not? Then I was like, okay, Brittany, stick to the plan. So a total of $400 this week is going towards debt, which is a great amount, y'all. So that is it for our budget this week. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, I pray that you will consider subscribing, y'all. I will see y'all on the next video. Y'all stay safe and y'all stay blessed. Bye.